Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to Card-tober, a series in which I show you how to make a Disneybounding Halloween card every day in the month of October. This week is the week of Nightmare Before Christmas, so today's card is Disneybounding as Oogie Boogie, the bad guy or villain of the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. So let me go ahead and quickly go over the card a little bit. So I used some unconventional materials for this card. I've used some gauze, and I've also done just this circle die cut here that says boo. And I've done some stitching around that as well as through the gauze because, as you know, Oogie Boogie is only held together with a thread or a couple of threads. Anyway, he's stitched together and that's what holds him into what he is. Underneath it all, he's made out of bugs. So if you look closely, there's like some creepy crawly bugs and a little snake in there. If you remember in the movie, a snake comes out of his mouth and that's kind of like his tongue. So that's why I've included this ginormous snake running through the whole thing. I've done the circle here just because he's quite round, so that's my reference to that. On the inside, I did a simple Happy Halloween with some more gauze, a cute little bow in the corner, and of course a ton of Nuvo throughout the whole card. The back here is my G stamp and a little cute Bugs and Kisses. This is a Lawn Fawn stamp collection. So let me go ahead and show you all of the product that I used. This is the first aid sterile gauze pad that I used. And all I did to get the look of it is, let me go ahead and open this up so I could show you. This is some really super old gauze that we had lying around. I don't know if gauze ever goes out of has an expiration date, but anyway, it's really old. So I just opened it up. Sorry about the barking. I opened it up and it's really awesome looking already, but I went through and I sprayed it with these two sprays. So the Maya Mists and then also the Perfect Pearls Mists. And this Perfect Pearls is in Kiwi and the Maya Mists is in Lime Metallic Mist, if you can see that. So I went through and I sprayed that and I let that sit to dry, and when I was doing that, it ended up getting separated a lot when I was trying to stitch it. So I let that happen. I ended up cutting this down to size, which is the 5.5 by 4 inches. Anyway, so you can see how there's the two layers to this. This is the stuff that obviously absorbs most of your boo-boos. And this is the stuff that I was left with, all sprayed with green and metallicness, and it just kind of came out really cool and like lime neon green. So the next step I did was, actually I was just showing you the product. I forgot. This is the die cut that I used, Sizzix 8 dies circles for the center. I've also used, let's see if I can get it here, Timeless Textures from Stampin' Up, and I used this stamp here just to add more texture to the front of the circles. And then I've also used the Jeepers Creepers TPC Studio stamp set, and this is for the word boo and the Happy Halloween on the inside. I've again used my Distress Oxide in Twisted Citron from Tim Holtz Ranger, and I've done green Galore for the inside here, all of this extra stamping here. And actually, let me go through and show you all of the Nuvo. These are all glow drops. So what that means is that they all glow in the dark. And I was going to film this video at nighttime so I could show you, but I totally forgot. And anyway, so you'll just have to take my word for it. These glow drops are really cool. It literally says glows in the dark, and it really does. It's really cool. So this one is Blue Crush. This one is Shocking Pink. We also have Banana Split, which is the yellow, and the green, which is Apple Sour. So I've used all of these, and that's how I created the background on my card. I just did this freehand. It looks like a little child did it, and that's kind of the point and purpose of it. It's just to make it look really fun and happy. So this does take some time to dry, even though Nuvo is really quick at drying. This, because I've used so much of it, it did take like, I don't know, maybe a half hour to actually dry all the way through, because I just used too much. So on the back side, I've already done my G stamp with the bugs and kisses. But let me go ahead and show you how I did the front of it. So like I said, I set this to dry for about a half hour or so, and I took my gauze and sprayed it and ran some stitching through this. Now this black is just actual threading, or not threading, but it's just yarn basically. It's what do they call that? Yeah, it's just that, you know, simple stuff that you can find at like any craft store. Michael's has it, Joann's has it, and you're in the scrapbooking section. And I've just done a stitching all the way across the whole rectangle, and I've tried to cut this down to size, but I've also let it kind of go a little ragged and messy because, you know, he's an evil guy, so I wanted it to kind of show in the character of the card as well. So the next thing I did was I flipped it over to the side that I didn't want it to be showing, which they kind of look the same, but anyway. And I've used my tacky dot singles on all 4 corners. So let's get some of these out. And push it on all 4 corners. All right. And yes, this tacky stuff does go through the paper or the gauze, so the other side of it is a little bit on the sticky side, but there's an easy way to fix that. All you have to do is put a little bit of Nuvo on top of that, just a little dot in the, what is this one? The apple sour, and that will cover it up and make it look good as well. So we're just going to flip that over and place that down onto the card. Nice and simple. The next thing to do is cut out your circles and glue them together. So this is just the bigger circle, and I've already done the whole process for you, so I'm going to talk you through it. So once I have glued down both of the size circles that I wanted, I've gone through and taken a needle and the same thread that I've been using for the whole card and just did some simple long stitches all the way through. And that is right on the edge of the smaller circle. Sorry about the barking. Now we're going to pop dot that. And just in a few places here, using my square adhesives. And put that right in the center there. All right. Now let me go ahead and show you a little bit up close. So the cool thing, let me see if I can get it to show a little bit. I'm going to turn all the lights out. And I don't know if you can see that, but I did charge it. Anyway, it doesn't really show, which is kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to do this at nighttime, but I ran out of time. So yeah, basically once you turn off all the lights, let me turn them all back on, all of the background will glow through. The other thing I attempted to do was use some spray paint that's glow in the dark from Krylon onto the gauze, but it didn't really show that much, and I'm not sure why. It could just be that it was too porous and it just didn't, you know, stay on the top surface or something. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's very quick video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I hope you have a happy Halloween. I'll see you next time. Bye!